Right, Wednesday the 23rd of the 7th, 2025. Trade Canary, Australia and New Zealand, but Trade Canary in the USA have just added a fantastic filter page called earnings trades. Okay, so I've done a video on this, as you can see. It's attached to this, but it's up and coming earnings reports. Fantastic, filters the 11,800 companies into executive summaries. You'll love this one. It's the actual earnings reports are basically what I call cash flow injections. You can make a lot of money in 3 weeks with this sort of strategy, and it focuses on about 4 times a year where you get the cash flow injections from earnings reports. And this is the method on how to do it, and a very simple way how we can get those trades by filtering the 11,888 odd companies on the New York Stock Exchange. Graham Healy over and out, and here is the video. Good morning, it's Graham Healy from Trade Canary, Australia and New Zealand. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of the 7th. Now, I just want to show you a quick addition to Trade Canary software, which Eric, the founder, has just loaded today. And this is critically important for cash flow injections. Cash flow injections with earnings trades. Ride the volatility of trading and making it easy. Now, we'll just go to Trade Canary, and if you haven't got Trade Canary yet, I suggest that you have a look at it, or go onto Trade Canary Australia, New Zealand, sign up for our basic course and get to understand what we're talking about. Your investment portfolio will increase dramatically when you've got the right tools guiding you. And I just say that Trade Canary is like having a highly qualified stockbroker in your back pocket or on your phone, powered by artificial intelligence. And the real intelligence behind it is the founder for Trade Canary, Eric. And Eric is in the US and has spent a lifetime as a programmer. And then, of course, also spent about 25 years as one of the top stock market traders as well. So we go to Trade Canary. There's a lot of things I'm not going to go into here, but I just want to give you a quick view. And we've got, the sector, market breadth, unusual options activity, and then boom, incoming or upcoming, could be incoming, upcoming trade earnings. Okay, this tool shows you an earnings report scheduled to release in the next 7 days. You can filter by market cap strength and sector to find earnings report setups. For example, we can look up to 100 billion mega cap companies, which are in a lower relative strength than 40 strength, indicating a possible price reversal during earnings seasons. Check this tool frequently. Now, just an overview on our education site for, Trade Canary Australia, New Zealand. I've already done several videos on earnings reports. Also, I've loaded the videos that Eric has done, but this is a breakthrough video. And, to source the right trades, earnings trades, you have to go through a lot of manual procedures. I've done that on our education site, so you know how to do it manually. But now Trade Canary has given you, at the press of a button, those trades at your fingertips. This is unreal. It just, we can do all this manually, like I've done it manually, but it just takes so long. I spent all day yesterday searching through the earnings trades and screening them through the charts and all that sort of thing. And that's important. But the most important thing is to get those trades in your hand, and so that you can search the right ones with the right market caps and everything. And so, again, I'll just take you through this. We're not going to go into detail. It's just a quick overview. The market cap, a company that's worth over 100 billion that's a big company. That's too big to fail. However, we've got them from, 1 billion, 10 billion, 100 billion, and is that one 100,000, I think it is. So you've got 100 million, sorry, 100 million, 1 billion, 10 billion, 100 billion. So well, you can filter them at any level. And I mean, even at 100, 100 million, that's still a relatively strong company. Then you're looking in the billions. These are the too big to fail. Now, why do we look at those sort of companies? Well, we don't want to be looking at options and or buying stocks or whatever. In this case, it'll be options trading. We don't want to be looking at small companies, and the reason is we want to be looking at the big boys. We want to be looking at the ones that can give us a good result. And again, as I use the term, they're too big to fail. In other words, they've been around for a long time. They control a lot of market share, and you're actually investing in the big companies at an economical price, that's for certain. So fortunately, Eric's now put on all the sectors. So you've got life and science, manufacturing, real estate and construction, trade and services. And the two main ones, or energy and transportation, the two main ones are the default ticks, where you see you can tick any of them there, but the default ticks here, well, that goes back to 100 million. I'm just going to put that at, I'm going to use 1 billion. The default tick is finance and technology. This is the sectors which are highly volatile. Therefore, you get cash flow injection very quickly. So the general policy for Trade Canary is long-term trade contracts with options trading longer than normal, so that you've got stability and you've got plenty of time for that trade to work its way out. But in the earnings season, it creates what you call the volatility wave, and you can ride that wave to incredible cash flow injections for your portfolio. So the big picture would be the standard policy with Trade Canary Australia, New Zealand is simply this. We do the longer term stuff. When I say longer term, we do longer term contracts. I've got all the videos on that. It just gives you plenty of time before you hit the wall. Have a look at the videos on hit the wall. And we move that hit the wall timeline right out as far as possible with the cheapest premiums and the bigger market cap companies, which they don't have to be the highest share price. Like, for instance, Intel's got, I think its share price is about 20 or 18 to $20 at the moment. Now that company's, I think it's in the trillions. We'll just have a look at Intel at the moment. Just one moment. Now you've got me thinking about it. We'll go to Trade Canary, and I'll just go Intel, INTC, just to see how it works, and we'll bring that up. It's just thinking away, think, thinkity, think. And we're looking at a market cap of $101 billion. And now that's one, hard with these zeros, 1, 2, 3, that's 9 zeros, $101 billion, too big to fail. So, but the share price is very, very economical. Where are we? Share price is $23.24. So that's just to give you an illustration. Now we're just back to this one, the up and coming's earnings reports. Now I've put in a relative strength factor here of 40. Now the strength will go from 0 to 100. So it's a relative strength index. You want to know more about relative strength index? It tracks the strength of the momentum of the particular trades. Each company has, they've got mathematical formulas that work this out. But relative strength is a great indicator whether to buy or sell a particular, say, a call option. So if we're looking for in this case, an earnings trade, we're looking for it to be down around the 40 level. In other words, it is right down low with a potential to spring up high very quickly. So that's what relative strength is, and we can screen that with the earnings report finder on Trade Canary. Now, where are we? Okay. And the other thing is this screens for the last 7 days. So it just screens, this tool will show the earnings report scheduled to release in the next 7 days. Now, when we look at this, when I put this filter in, I can take this filter out and you'll get a different result. You'll get trades that are got an RSI report sitting at about 80 or whatever. I want to look at the compressed ones, right? So now we just go down here, and the first one we see is Centene Group, which is a finance group with hospitals and medical services, because we ticked off finance and technology, so that's a financial one, and that's all we found. Now, and the reason why there's only one here in the last 7 days, you'll see that its RSI is 40. And I asked for Trade Canary to connect to screen rather for anything under or equal to 40. Right now, say for instance, I went just say halfway at 50. You would start to bring up, as it comes up, we're bringing up other trades that have, these relative strength indicators sitting at 47. There's one sitting at 45 there. So if I take it away altogether, and then you'll have the whole gambit of trades under finance and technology, which will be released in the next 7 days, earnings reports with a market cap of 10 billion, greater than or equal to 10 billion. Now I can bring that down to 100 million. You'll get a lot more trades to filter through, but the advantage of this, you can filter out the smaller ones, not that 100 million is a smaller one, but you get what I'm getting at. You've got 48 reports. If I really want to hone that down to a key report, I can just change the metrics there. So as we go down, and I'm just going to go through this quickly. I've put another video on that Eric, the founder's done of how he's created this. Anyway, that's in the education side on Trade Canary Australia and New Zealand. But as we go through the strength trader, or the relative strength index, this really is, we just go through here and we're looking for one that's compressed down. So these they're in the high level. We're looking at the lower level. So here, when it goes down to RSI 24, that relative strength level is at the bottom of the curve. So this one's a technology company, Pegasystems, and here this is below the 52-week high. Let's have a look. Where do we go down here? It's only 5% below the 52-week high. We might just have a quick look at this one and see what's going on. Now, when I click the ticker for the company, it goes to another section in Trade Canary where it brings up the stats on this company. So this overview, when it's green on the screen, like that 60% to 70% green on the screen, I'm not going to read through all those. It's just a quick one today. We'll look at the market cap is actually, what is it, 8 billion. So I think we put the 110 billion or 100 billion there. It's 8 billion, and its current price per share is $50.92. We're looking at the chart, and it looks a little bit high to me. Okay, so here's where this would be good here if its strength was down about 31. Up here, it's pushing above the company averages. Its peer groups is the blue line here, the industry strength versus PEGA, which is the company ticker. Okay, so it's its peer group is the blue line, and Pega is this purple line here. These orange lines up here is basically where it's selling off. Down here is the ideal spot to get in when you want to buy at the bottom of the curve, basically. And further still, you can go in and just have a look at the chart. And when we have a look at the chart's normally brought up on this is a daily chart. I'll change that to weekly. No, I'll decline that offer. We'll go weekly. We go weekly and we have a look at it. We reduce that down. It's sitting there at 50. It's got potential to go to 68. So this is, without going into detail, this is where you can look through that. Where's the earnings? The earnings is occurring on the 21st of July, which has just happened, actually. 21st of July in the US, so it's the 23rd now. So that one, we picked up one that's just given its report. If that's sometimes is a couple of days out when we check on earnings whispers and what have you. So Monday, the 21st of July, they would have put out their earnings report. So didn't look like anything happened on this one, but that's just a good example. Normally, if you have let's have a look what the news says there. Pegasystems report result for the quarter ended 30th. Earnings, Pegasystems reports an upbeat Q2, but stock drops 11%. So it's dropped. It hasn't gone anywhere, but that just gives you an example of a quick way to just check that trade. Now, when we go back to Trade Canary again, we'll go back to the trades here. We may look at, I'll change the metric and let's have a look. We'll go up, market cap of $1 billion there. I'll keep it in finance and technology. It'll instantly come up. And I'm looking for this yellow triangle down in the buy area. That's ideally where I want it. Right, again, it's gone to Pegasystems again. We'll go down a bit further, see if there's anyone else down there. Okay, we'll have a look at Morningstar Financial and Investment Advice. It's down around 268. We'll have a look at that one. Right, mainly green on the screen. Market cap's about 11 billion. And we're looking at the chart. That's not too bad because the relative strength index has dropped back down to 42, where it was 30 before. Remember, these goes from 0 to 100, and we're looking for the zone between 30 and about 70. So now it's sitting at 42, so that's got room to move. Now let's have a look at the chart. And we want to bring that up. We bring it up weekly when we're looking at the chart. When we're actually in trade mode, we'll do it daily, but weekly sort of gives you a bigger over picture, a bigger perspective. So the earnings there, 28th July. So that is, today's the 23rd. So we've got 5 days to go at the end of this month. So that's a possibility. We'll have a look at what the other earnings did. Over here, there was an earnings report on the 22nd of July 24 that lifted up. These ones here, looks like they broke down. But however, this earnings here on the 28th of April 2025, it looks like it rose from 275 up to 315. So that's one we could possibly look at because it's basically in a pullback mode at the moment. And that may very well, with the earnings report, and I haven't investigated this, I've just looked at it live on the video I'm doing. We'll have a look at that through earnings whispers. We'll check that out. And if its report is positive, of course, we've got to check out its past 4 financial reports to see they're positive, at least 3. Then this could possibly, being a financial investment manager's it could possibly ride the wave of volatility and do what happened here, is bang, start to rise up as soon as their earnings report comes out. Now, the key is with these earnings reports trades, we buy the calls normally about 3 weeks before that trade. So I'll be looking for a trade probably leading into an earnings report around about the 11th of August or whatever. So this week, okay, that's next week. It's a bit short. We could do all right with that one. So we go 1, 2, 3, around about the 18th of August. We'll look at reports that are about 3 weeks in advance. So we just keep filtering through the Trade Canary page, which focuses on, where are we? We'll go again, incoming or up and coming earnings reports. So that just gives you a little bit of idea. I can filter that down. If I really want to filter this down now, I'll go to the strengths of say 40 or more. And once I do that, it will just only bring me up. It's not brought up anything there. So I'll go market cap. We'll drop the market cap down to a lower market cap. And we wind up with different trades. That one might be okay. UVE, Universal Insurance. Have a look at that one on the screen. Oh, this one's a good one. It's got, that's green on the screen, and that's 90%, 95% green on the screen. And that's a Universal Insurance Holdings. Current price is $25.65. Okay, it's sitting down here around 40. In other words, it's got room to move up to, we're looking at 70s, a relative strength index of about 70. Here is all green on the screen. This, just before I was about to close off the video, this gives you an example of how Trade Canary can pick a trade for you. Now let's just have a look at the chart. And it's in weeks. And we'll see where it is, falls. Okay, all right. So there's some pretty big price history in the memory here. This requires further investigations. We'll have a look at that to see, because the last, as we spread that out a little bit, the last earnings report is here. The one before that is here. So this is on a big surge upwards. So you look at February 25, 2025, this year, that level was about 1983, and it went all the way up to 28 points, from 19 to 20, up 10 points. It's consolidating back a little bit as it does before, as you can see here. And the earnings report is going to come out on the tomorrow, 24th of July. So, you know, it's not, I could take a call option out on that due tomorrow. I'd have to have a look at that, but, you know, it's a cheap share price. So that means the contract wouldn't cost much. And tomorrow, this could wind up shooting right up another stage. So tomorrow, this could go, let's just draw a trend line here. And that's about the height of it there, right? Okay, about to there. And we'll just bring that over here. Tomorrow, this could wind up going from here, boom, straight up to that level there, probably over a period of about here. But it could, with the volatility of an earnings trade, it could significantly go up in one day. You see that? We just focus on that candle. Now, you know, I haven't prepared any of this. I've just looked through the screener on Trade Canary. So here's the earnings day. On that day, it just went bang, 22, right up to that wick, which is 25. So when they go up 3, 4, 5, 6 points a day, in one day, that's when you can just take the money out. Ideally, we should have got the contract, options contract on this particular earnings report about 3 weeks. So this is 1, 2, 3, around about here. We would have bought it really low. And then here, we would have bought the earnings contract, expiring on the same week at about $20, $20.87, 89. And then it would have lifted itself up to 25. So we would have from 20, as I say here, this is where we would have bought it normally. $20 went up to about 25. That would have made money. So how much money it makes, depending on the particular trade, we've got to do a little bit more detail on that. But this video is just to give you a quick look at, the new page on Trade Canary, which will screen earnings reports due in the 7-day timeline. So that's great. That's Graham Healy over and out. Just thought I'd do a quick one to back up the video that Eric's already done today. Okay, Trade Canary Australia and New Zealand, go onto our website, sign up for the basic course. And, with these earnings trades, I mean, you can get 10x, 20x within 3 weeks. It's a tremendous cash flow injection. And all you've got to do is just, click on the Trade Canary icon there. And, you go to where I said here, have a look at these trades. They're all there laid out for you. Now, to do it manually, it take you all day. To do it Trade Canary, you can reduce the time of actually filtering these trades down significantly, so that you just get you're taking the plums off the top of the tree, so to speak. Okay, that's Graham Healy over and out. Hope this helps, and have a great day. And remember, always trade within your risk management policy. Always use asymmetrical risk. Have a look at the video on our website, Trade Canary Australia and New Zealand. If you want to know more about that, just sign up for our basic course and it gives you a bit of an idea. Okay, Graham Healy over and out. Thank you for listening. Right, don't forget to go over to Trade Canary Australia and New Zealand's website and join up for the basic course. It's only $75 a week for a period of payments for 8 weeks, and then you've got lifetime access to the website. And we can offer you a lot of basic training to show you how to do all these trades. Graham Healy over and out. Hope you enjoyed the video.